Hello students, I'm Dr. Aisha Siddiqa, Government First Grade College, Tumkur. I'm working as an assistant professor in Department of Chemistry. This video is for BSc students for the 5th semester and this has been prescribed with the Tumkur University for session 15 in Organic Chemistry paper. After going through this video, you should be able to understand the configuration of the monosaccharides as well as the structural elucidation of glucose. Let's have a recap. In the previous video, we had learnt about what are carbohydrates, what is the classification, the general properties and the structures, open as well as Howard structures of the glucose and fructose. Before going into the details of structural elucidation, we all know that glucose is an aldohexose. To come to conclusion or to come to a final picture of the structure, people had to do a lot of research so that they can give a proper or they can assign a suitable structure to glucose. And how it happened is being studied in the present video. Let's understand how we can give a suitable structure to glucose. First and the foremost, the qualitative and the quantitative analysis of glucose, what we call as wet chemistry. The elemental analysis indicated that molecular formula of glucose is C6H12O6. Once we know that, we have to know whether it has got an open chain structure or a ring structure. So the nature of the carbon skeleton, there are 6 carbons in this. The nature of the carbon skeleton was established by treating glucose with hydrogen iodide in presence of red phosphorus as a catalyst. On reaction, it gave 2-iodohexane. This was obtained 2-iodohexane, and after prolonged heating, we obtained N-hexane. This indicated that it must be having 6 carbons in open chain. After this, we all know that it contains oxygen. So oxygen can be present either in the alcoholic form or as a carboxylic group or even on aldehyde or a ketone. The presence of the carbonyl group was established by the following reaction. Glucose was treated with hydroxylamine and it gave an oxime. Okay, oximes are obtained only when a carbonyl group is present in a given compound. So the presence of carbonyl group was indicated by treating glucose with hydroxylamine. Another reaction which further confirmed this was the reaction with hydrogen cyanide. Glucose reacts with hydrogen cyanide to give the respective cyanohydrin, glucose, cyanohydrin. So these two reactions indicated the presence of a carbonyl group. In the next slide, we can see that the nature of carbonyl group can be established, and it is possible by carrying out an oxidation reaction, and oxidation with bromine water yielded gluconic acid having only one COOH group. The other one was a primary alcoholic group. So gluconic acid contains one COOH carboxylic acid group as well as one primary alcoholic group. This indicated that there may be one aldehyde group in glucose. This fact was further confirmed later. Presence of 5 OH groups. So one of the 6 oxygen is present in the form of a aldehyde. The remaining 5 OH groups were established, and the remaining 5 oxygens were assigned as OH group, hydroxyl group. This was confirmed by treating glucose to a reaction, that is acylation or acetylation. Glucose was treated with acetyl chloride or acetic anhydride and it gave glucose pentaacetate. A pentaacetyl derivative is only possible if there are 5 OH groups. And acetylation is possible only if there are OH groups or NH2 groups in the given compound. As we all know, glucose does not contain the nitrogen, it has only OH, oxygens. Hence, 5 OH groups were assigned to glucose. Further, the presence of aldehyde was confirmed by treating glucose with concentrated nitric acid, which is a strong oxidizing agent, and treating with a strong oxidizing agent, saccharic acid was obtained, which had 2 COOH groups at the two ends. It's a symmetric molecule. So this is possible only if an aldehyde group is present on one end and a primary alcoholic group is present on the other end. So this is how the OH groups as well as the presence of the aldehyde group was assigned to glucose. Based on all these things, the following structure was given to glucose. That is aldehyde, OH, H, OH and OH on these 4 carbons and a primary alcoholic group. This is known as the open chain structure for glucose. But this structure was not accepted as there were certain objections to the open chain structure. Some of the objections are glucose does not give characteristic reactions of aldehydes. Though it forms oxime and reacts with gives cyanohydrins with hydrogen cyanide, but some of the characteristic reactions of aldehydes were not answered by it. Like it fails to react with Schiff's base and also ammonia. Apart from that one, the glucose which is recrystallized from methanol as solvent, it melts at 146 degrees Celsius and specific rotation was obtained to be 112.2 degrees. Whereas glucose which was recrystallized from water or pyridine as solvent, it melts at a different melting point of 150 degrees Celsius and shows a specific rotation of 18.7 degrees. This could not be explained based on the open chain structure, and this phenomenon which is known as mutarotation could not be explained based on the open chain structure of glucose. Hence, a ring structure was assigned. In the ring structure, aldehyde group of the glucose reacts with the hydroxyl group on the 5th carbon. The aldehyde group which was initially on the first carbon, it reacts with the OH group, hydroxyl group on the 5th carbon, and it forms something called as an intramolecular hemiacetal. A 5-membered ring will be formed and this ring will be a pyranose ring. Then a ring structure for glucose was assigned as shown here. Formation of intramolecular hemiacetal leads to anomers. On the first carbon, you can have OH group either onto the right side or onto the left side. If it is on the right side, we call that as D-glucose, and if it is on the left side, we call that as beta. This is alpha D-glucose and this is the beta D-glucose. The questions that can come here are: what are epimers? Explain how periodic acid oxidation was used to determine the ring size of methyl glucoside. Chemical evidence to show that glucose has a straight carbon chain, and establishing the presence of 5 OH group or even an aldehyde group, the evidences for that, and what are the limitations of the open chain structure of glucose. Thank you. These are the references.